we're gonna go on a different journey on this next one. A journey that's very frustrating for me in particular. We're gonna jump into George Valera. George Valera is with the Cleveland Guardians. He is 6 foot tall, 195 pounds. He's 23 years old. He was born in Queens, New York on 11/13 in 2000. This is where I get frustrated. This is massively frustrating to me. Career-wise, he has 1,244 at-bats. He averaged 242, on base of 363, slugged 452, on base plus slugging of 815, with 63 career home runs, 23 stolen bases, got caught stealing 16 times, strikes out 387 times, walked 228, 52 doubles, 10 triples. 2023, 277 at bats, 220 average, on base 349, 397 slug, on base plus slugging 746, another 11 home runs, 3 stolen bases. This is why I'm going to say that I'm massively frustrated here. Is I've owned Valera since the get-go, the very get-go, because everything was the best pure swing you'll ever see in your life. Like it was just beautiful. And he contacts the ball. The ball pops off his bat. You can hear it from miles away when it hits his bat. He's got all the potential in the world. He's an athletic freak. He can do this. He can do that. Well, you know what he can't do? He can't play baseball very well. All of this stuff, all this smoke, all this everything was how amazing he was at hitting. And he just doesn't hit. And this is the frustrating thing about real life scouts and projections based off of watching somebody play compared to what we do, which is all statistical based. All we care about is stats, right? This is the mold for why I can't stand when someone tells me he's got a beautiful swing, is a profile like this. And Valera's very, I'm only kidding when I say he's not very good at baseball. He's amazing at baseball. But for what scouts said compared to what we've seen in, 5 years? 2018 to 5 years. 5 years. It's completely, it's not even in the same realm.
So, I want to emphasize something. We're here to be critical. That's what we do. We're like movie critics, but for baseball prospects. So we're not saying that we could do it any better. Sure as hell couldn't. Not even close, No, George Valera is very talented, clearly, but he's not the player that I think we expected him to be. And I would dare say that his stock right now is lower than it was when he was 17. And one of the things that I find endlessly interesting is how people put so much emphasis on prospect upside. I hear it all the time. All the time I hear from people, FYPD is all about upside, or I go with the upside no matter what. And it's, upside is fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But, and I've said this many times, what I do is I try to take the guessing out of the game. And if I'm guessing, then I'm probably going to I am playing a losing game. Because I know when I'm best is when I'm not guessing, when I'm actually making informed decisions. And that comes from a lot of statistical analysis across the board. George Valera at 17 was getting a lot of helium and was billed as the next Juan Soto, And he's not that. Is he a good ball player? Yeah, I think he's a pretty good ball player still. And I think even the stats are telling us that. Was 2023 a disappointment? Yes, it was, no doubt. We thought he was going to be in the major leagues this year. So we didn't get that. We were already a little bit disillusioned last year because the numbers were not the great Juan Soto numbers. But he's still the same player that he was last year. He's not hitting for very high average. He's getting on base at a pretty good clip, and he's got pretty decent power. So those traits remain. He started the year hurt, so he didn't get a chance to really showcase, I think, his full skill set this year. But still, the numbers are kind of disappointing. So I'm not going to get on. I'm not going to say like he's somebody that you go get necessarily. He could be a buy low candidate, but I think you need to temper your expectations pretty significantly as well. So you're not going to get Juan Soto out of him. It's just not going to happen.
No.
So,
and I apologize for going off right there, but there was some deep roots there. I turned down some huge trade offers 3 years ago for Valera because the helium in him. He was on a rocket ship to the moon, and I turned down everything because I thought he was going to be the greatest thing since Juan Soto. 19 years old, he's going to be in the bigs. And
yeah, you bought in.
I bought in. Yeah, I bought in.
And here are the risks. I mean, these are the risks with playing this game. If you're going to be going for just upside, you're just relying on some other person's word or evaluation or what they think is aesthetically pleasing, which can be misleading. People have biases. That's just the way it goes. So,
and for a long time, I was a big proponent for taking guys that were two sport athletes. They played football in college. They played basketball in college. They played multiple things because I thought that was the way to find athletic guys, freaks of nature that can build on, like Tim Anderson's of the world. Tim Anderson played at Florida State football. Those were my kind of guys. I will tell you right now, I lost a lot of seasons because of that train of thought, because I was searching for upside. I was always trying to find that diamond in the rough that was a freak athlete that at any moment could turn it on. Luis Robert. Or it's Robert. I always said Robert, and apparently it's Louis Robert. Don't try to spruce it up there. So back to your point of this.
It seems like you might have been right about Robert. So he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good.
Yeah. So is Tim Anderson.
He used to be. I don't know. He used to be pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't think he ever hit a home run last year, which was really weird.
No.
But anyways, but what I'm trying to get at is sometimes, especially in this realm of what we are talking about, of what we are doing, is trust the stats. Just trust the stats. You don't need to hear the outside noise of, man, this guy swings his bat 116 miles an hour, and when the ball hits it, it goes 140. We don't care.
I would take that even a step further. And I'm going to say something that might be kind of a controversial statement in general, but trust the science. I mean, the data science in this sense.